Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, June 20th, and I'm Kiki Thaxter. This week on Norwood News, we head to the farmers market for their 2025 ribbon cutting, and Sam is back on the street to talk to some Norwoodites. But first, Saturday was a busy day for the Norwood community as an estimated 700 people joined in a No Kings protest against the recent actions and policies of the Trump administration. People of all ages gathered at the intersection of Washington Street and Manhattan Street, protesting policies they believed were inconsistent with democratic values and individual rights. The protests remained peaceful, with participants holding signs, waving American flags, and expressing their concerns through speeches and chants. The DPW is keeping very busy this summer with a wide span of projects from roadwork to special events. Director of Public Works Mark Ryan has the details.
Hi everyone, Mark Ryan here from Norwood Public Works Department. Give you an update on what's happening with Department of Public Works. We're at the Savage Center, the former Junior High North. And one of the big projects this summer is we're reconstructing the entire parking lot up here at the Savage Center, as well as the bus parking lot for the school transportation department and the pickleball/basketball court. So this is a very involved project, $1 million project approved by town meeting. Daniels Asphalt was the low bidder, and they'll be working on this project. As well as in the fall, they'll be working at the Ivets tennis courts at the Coakley Middle School, reconstructing those courts. So a lot going on here at the Savage Center and then eventually at the Coakley Middle come the fall. Other projects going on around town. The Mass DOT intersection project at Route 1A and Prospect Street is moving forward. They're reconstructing a wall along the westerly side of Route 1A to allow for the additional turn lanes proposed there. So that's work that's been going on through the winter, spring, and into summer. Very involved wall system in there. You'll also see up there National Grid is replacing the gas main up there. It's an old gas main, so they're replacing that. And the contractor for the state, PGOso and Son, had already replaced the water main for the town of Norwood. So that project is moving along. We're looking for completion of that in early to mid 2026. Road paving has picked up starting last week. We have 35 streets to pave this year. Right now we're working on Arcadia Road, Rosedale, Sherwood, Canterbury, Lancelot, and Albemarle Road, and Puritan Place. So a lot going on there during the summer, and that contractor is Pawtucket Paving. The cleaning and lining project is ongoing. We're working on the water main on Railroad Ave between Prospect Street and Washington Street. That work is going along nicely, cleaning the water mains, lining them, improving fire service in the area, and also improving water quality. The contractor also has a crew working in the Gay Street, West Border Road neighborhood, same type of project, cleaning and lining, and eventually replacing water services. Some other projects going around town, we have the Bald School accessible ramp, which is out to bid, so that's something we'll be doing this summer. We also have a lot of work at Public Works, typical activities. We have the farmers market is starting up, so we're working with that group there. 4th of July is coming very soon. We're working on setting up the parade and road race, working with the police and the 4th of July committee, make it another outstanding event. And Public Works is busy with a lot of other little projects. Just maintaining the ball fields as usual, doing tree work around town, busy as usual. So we look forward to seeing you next month and give you an update on these projects and others.
When Norwood News returns, Officer Baguma fills us in on the Juneteenth festivities last weekend. We hear about the Women's Community Committee Free Italian Ice giveaway, and Ron Marshalsea goes through the top 10 Mustang Plays of the year for the final sports update until the fall.
Hi everybody, I'm Ernie Pachakowski of Ernie's Jukebox with Norwood's local music scene. This week's feature album is Freewheelin' by Bob Dylan. This was his second album, kind of his breakout album. So let's get right to what's happening this week in Norwood. Down at the Fallout Shelter on Thursday night, June 19th, the John Nemeth and his Blues Dreamers come back to the Fallout Shelter for a show I am really looking forward to. I've seen him down there a couple of times. He's phenomenal. John is a Grammy-nominated artist whose live shows are incredible, backed by a super tight band. Trust me on this one, you won't want to miss this show. On Friday night, June 20th, Parker Barrow, a blues-influenced Southern rock band led by husband and wife team of Megan Kane and Dylan Turner, backed by a powerhouse group, should be a great show. So that's it for this week's Norwood music scene. Remember, a lot of the pubs around town feature a lot of live music as well, so check them out. So for Norwood News, I'm Ernie Pachikowski. Get out and catch some local live music. Be there or be square.
Last Saturday, the Common was packed with music, activities, food, and more as people celebrated Juneteenth. Event organizer and Norwood police officer Jeff Baguma recaps the importance of Juneteenth.
This was actually the fourth year of Norwood Juneteenth. It feels like every year becomes more and more exciting because you're always trying to do the previous year. And it's becoming easier because you just have so much more involvement with, with the town. So many volunteers came out, responded, and wanted to help us with this. So it's great. It's a great feeling. It feels like we have firmly, put our roots into the soil, and we're all growing together. This is a very important holiday, a very important event, just because of so many different parts to it. Of course, it's mainly focused on the last slaves being freed in 1865, 2 years after they were initially thought to be freed by President Lincoln. But this event also touched on not just freedom, but freedoms, the plural. Really grasping and really wanting to give people the knowledge that we're not only here to celebrate one freedom, we're here to celebrate freedoms, So, for instance, you have the freedom to ... and you have the freedom to ... You fill in the blank. And this event is a very important event because it brings a lot of people together. Not everybody who goes there, who attends the event in the very beginning understands, what it's about. They may have a clue, but we educate and celebrate together, and then I or he or she is able to, talk to you and understand what type of freedom that you cherish or that you want to attain. And then we work together.
Summer's here in Norwood when you can visit the farmers market right on the Common. Market organizer Peter McFarlane announces what you can expect to find this summer while you shop.
Hey, well, today is the opening day for the Norwood Farmers Market. So we're here starting June 17th all the way to October 14th. So 18 weeks, 2 to 6 mostly. Well, we have the produce farmers, Riverdale, Barbosa Family Farm. This year we have a new bread baker, Bittersweet Bakery out of Walpole. Been working on this one for a while. It's getting a knife sharpener. So we have Bobby Mack, knife sharpening service. He'll be here. He comes about 10 times during the year. This year we're trying something different too, and it's going to start taking off. Dilly Delights is here this week, and we're trying to do a Tuesday tasting on the Common. So right now I have 3 restaurants that are interested in doing it. They're probably going to come multiple times. DCD Automotive Holdings, the new car people, they're our market sponsor for this year. Big round of applause to them because a lot of this stuff is made so much easier by their generous donation.
The Women's Community Committee is celebrating 100 years of service with a free Italian ice giveaway. Join them for this free event on Saturday, June 28th from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the WCC Thrift Shop located at 1091 Washington Street. Stop by, cool off, and celebrate with the WCC. Now we're going to send it over to Ron Marshalsea with your sports update.
I'm Ron Marshalsea, and this is your sports update. In her final race in a Mustang uniform, Natalie Martin placed 7th in the 1600 meter at the New England Championships with a time of 4:58.92 in New Britain, Connecticut this past weekend. She puts the final stamp on her phenomenal career with a stellar performance, and best of luck to Natalie as she continues her academic and athletic careers at Holy Cross. Now, with all things NHS sports officially wrapped up, we at NCM have decided to do something a little different for the final sports update of the year. We're going to go through the top 10 plays of the year that were captured through our lenses. There were so many to choose from, and any list like this is somewhat subjective, so if you really feel like I missed one or two, or you hate my entire list, just let me know. I won't take it personally. We're going to start off with a few honorable mentions. These honorable mentions would have for sure made it into the top 10 if we had footage of them, like Natalie Martin absolutely owning the course and track this year, Colleen Sisk's record-breaking diving performances, as well as Sammy Lee and Caleb Kwan tearing it up in the pool, and Cece Indek's phenomenal catch in center field against Ashland. The last mention we do have footage of, it's just not during an official game or match. During one of NHS TV pregame live's halftime half-court shots, Emily Spadorsha nailed the half-court shot and earned herself $200 in the process, even if it took Brian Gagliard the entire school year to pay up. So let's dive into the top 10 plays of NHS athletics for the 2024-25 school year. Starting at number 10, we head to the Nolette Johnson Court, where the boys volleyball team showed up on senior night with a massive win over Walpole, sending the Timberwolves home after the 3-0 sweep. This whole match has highlights from the entire team, including the three seniors Mateo Diaz, Sebastian Eugene, and Xavier Watkins, so to watch that on demand in full, as well as anything else on this list, head to norwoodcommunitymedia.org. And at number 9, Bridget Sopel qualified for states in the 100 breaststroke against Medfield at the final regular season meet of the year. Sopel needed to beat 1:16.48, and she did it in 1:15.58, almost a full second to spare. NCM had Joe Pinola and Sarah Sullivan on the call for this state qualifying moment.
She's got about 6 seconds to do it in the event. 14, 15, yes. And she gets it.
She qualified. Oh, that is fantastic. What a swim by Bridget Sopel.
And a deafening cheer here at Blue Hills Pool. Bridget Sopel has qualified for states in the girls' 100 breast with a time of 1:15.58.
And coming in at number 8, the boys soccer team put on a passing clinic against Dedham to snag a goal towards the end of this game. The Mustangs had 7 quick passes in succession, leading to senior Evans Bento burying it to put Norwood on the board.
Clinic, ball out front, middle, and we get a goal! Oh, the Mustangs connect here and make it a 1-goal game.
Number 7 keeps Dedham as the opponent as junior Isla Wilson makes a beautiful move past a Marauder defender, nails the top shelf shot, and gets fired up as she celebrates with her Mustang teammates. And we'll stay on the ice for number 6 with junior Jason Gillis on a breakaway in the round of 32 win against Dartmouth. Gillis gets spun around, keeps his footing, and only loses it as he shoots the puck, getting it by the goalie for the 3rd goal of the Mustangs' 10-2 win over Dartmouth. And number 5 is pure strength and power as senior Drew Bartuca on senior night against Holliston lifts his opponent completely off the mat and lets gravity do the rest, slamming the Holliston wrestler, getting the pin and the win. The number 4 spot on this list also includes strength and power combined with speed. Senior and TVL Large Offensive Player of the Year Jack Dwyer broke this massive touchdown against Canton. After making a nice juke, he used his favorite move, the stiff arm, to shed a tackle on the way to the end zone. And coming in at number 3 is freshman Allie O'Neill on the back turf. After she had already scored a few goals, she decided scoring normally just wasn't enough, so she fires a shot over her back shoulder and gets it past the Holliston goalie. And at number 2, the field hockey team staying alive and going back to the state championship is because of this incredible goal. Off a corner pass from Bridget Connolly, Ava Hines places the ball perfectly with Shay Larkey tipping it in over the Canton goalie and 2 defenders to tie the game up at 2 heading into the 4th quarter. Connolly scored the winning goal with 8 seconds left in regulation to help send the Mustangs back to the state championship. And finally, at number 1, the boys basketball team had a real close back and forth game with Dedham on January 11th of this year at none other than the court of the TD Garden. Late foul trouble for the Marauders swung the momentum Norwood's way, and with the Mustangs starting 5 out there for the final 12.8 seconds and the score tied at 48, it was Norwood's ball. Caden Sheehan inbounded the ball to Brian Dearborn, who brought it up the near side of the court, lobbed it up to Alex Yakimchik, and he nailed the bucket with 6 seconds left in the game. Dedham stepped out of bounds, leading to a Sheehan to Larkey pass and a Mustang celebration on the TD Garden parquet 7 months after the Celtics won their 17th championship on the very same floor. NCM wants to thank each and every person who spent some time with us, whether you volunteered as an announcer, worked with us behind the scenes, or just stayed tuned in on your TV at home. None of this is possible without all of you. And to each and every graduated senior, good luck in life and in everything you do. And as the old saying goes, once a Mustang, you know the rest. And that is all I have for this sports update. I'm Ron Marshalsea, and Norwood News will be right back after this break. What is Community Access Television? Community Access Television programs are produced by Norwood residents who may or may not have professional experience. Part of Norwood Community Media's mission is to provide residents the opportunity to create programs using a professional studio and equipment. Norwood Community Media provides the studio, equipment, and technical support, but has no input in the content of the program. The opinions and views expressed on community access programs are strictly those of the program's producers and participants. To learn more about community access, please reach out to Norwood Community Media.
The school committee met on the same day as the last day of school this past Wednesday at the Savage Center. The meeting began with the committee reorganizing, with David Hilt elected to be chair and Anne-Marie Mazzola elected to vice chair. After signed warrants by previous chair Mazzola, there was only one person scheduled for public comment, citing concern and frustration about an incident involving her child. Dr. Luff then filled in for NHS Athletic Director John Longley, talking about the All-Stars and award winners for the spring season. Fine Arts Director Jeff Kerr then presented a video with the Spring Fine Arts recognition, followed by Paul Riccardi with the Q4 report to finish up the appearances. Superintendent Luff presented his goals for the next fiscal year, then stipend and a summer program update. A budget subcommittee update and handbook vote, as well as the Q4 preliminary report and a warrant article for fall town meeting, were all discussed under budget. The calendar and the goals of the committee were decided under old business, with the superintendent's contract being confirmed under new business. To watch the meeting in full, make sure you stay tuned to the NCM government channel or see it on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org. At the planning board meeting this week, representatives of Subaru New England and Norwood Engineering presented a major special permit request for the property located at 111 Moore Street. Subaru of New England is looking to expand its warehouse by approximately 94,000 square feet. This would be added onto the existing 130,000 square foot building. Both the major special permit and site plan review were unanimously approved. The planning board will meet again on July 14th. The NCM crew was down at the first farmers market of the season, and we thought it'd be fun to ask people what their first ever job was, along with a few more questions. Let's take a look at another segment of NCM on the Street.
We're here now with the infamous Mrs. Glenn. Mrs. Glenn, first job you ever had?
Jenny nursing home. Oh, does babysitting count? I babysat.
Okay, we'll count it.
Okay.
Okay, Mel. First job.
My first job
Yeah.
here.
What was your first job ever?
Oh, my first job ever was Sudbury Farms in Randolph.
What did you do there?
I did the cashiering and the bagging.
Oh, very nice. Alan, what was your first job ever?
Bank teller during summer vacation.
You remember what bank?
Harvard Trust Company, which eventually became part of Bank of Boston, which eventually became Bank of America.
What was your first job you ever had?
I was an umpire for an area baseball team, area baseball association when I was a kid.
Pretty cool. We're here at the farmer's market with Colleen from Daddy's Dairy. Colleen, what was your first job you ever had?
Oh, God, I don't even remember. I'm that old. I don't know. I think Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah.
What was the first job you ever had?
First job I ever had. I worked at a place called the Wenham Tea House, and I served tea and scones.
That's cool. That's different.
Yeah.
Emily, what was the first job you ever had?
It was babysitting. Yeah.
All right, we're here with Mrs. Smith. All my friends at the Old Ham all know who Mrs. Smith is. Mrs. Smith, what was the first job you ever had?
Teaching baton twirling.
Really?
Yes. Yep. At the Norwood Recreation Department. I also worked at a couple of department stores. Yep.
That might be the winner for today. Baton twirling. We're here now with Mrs. Tolman. Laura, how are you today?
Do not.
So, we were just talking to everybody. What was your first job?
A paper route.
Paper route?
Are you really videotaping me right now?
Pool or beach?
Beach.
Beach. Any particular beach?
Fairhaven, Massachusetts.
Okay.
West Island.
Beach or pool?
Beach. No question.
Beach.
The pool.
Beach. Beach, yeah.
Beach or pool?
I would say pool.
Oh, definitely the beach. Yes.
The pool. I have one in my backyard. Don't have to travel.
Even better.
Sorry, what? Pool or beach?
Yeah.
Beach. Oh, beach all day.
My favorite fruit or veggie, I would say I love broccoli a lot.
Really, broccoli?
Yeah, broccoli.
And last but not least, we're here at the farmer's market. What's your favorite fruit or vegetable?
Apricot.
I think my favorite is asparagus.
Oh, there's so many. Favorite? A nice salad? Can I make up a bunch? I can't.
A medley of fruits and
A medley,
vegetables.
yeah.
Cucumbers, I guess.
Strawberries.
Definitely nectarines. Yeah.
Wow. I like strawberries. Yeah, cookie chocolate.
I would have to say my favorite vegetable would be summer squash. But, you know, if you throw cookies in the mix, Allie's cookies all the way.
Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, give us a follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thanks so much for watching and have a great weekend.